Over the years, I've done a lot of self-reflection, and one of the biggest challenges I've faced is learning learning to say no. Since childhood, I've had this small amount of anxiety about turning things down. Like I always felt I had to say yes to people or to opportunities because I didn't want to miss out. And even today, this remains a struggle. By the end of this video, I'll share what I've learned from this challenge and whether I've succeeded or failed. Lesson 1, saying no to traditional saving accounts or saving advice. Growing up, I was always told to save money in a traditional bank account at a local credit union, and I followed that advice thinking that I made the right choice. But in hindsight, it was one of the worst financial decisions I've ever made. The interest rates on a traditional savings account are ridiculously low. Instead, I should have put that money in an investment brokerage account or at the very least, like for real, a high yield savings account. But that traditional saying where it's like, oh yeah, keep your money where you want to keep it at and keep it in a bank, it's going to be good for you, was totally a waste of time. I could have put that money inside of a Roth IRA and could have 10x my money or doubled it, whatever, So what I'm getting at is put your money in a brokerage account. They give you a lot more return on your investment and it's worth it. Number 2, saying no to cryptocurrency in 2018. Now, here's an example where I'd say no, and I'm glad that I did. Back in 2018, a friend of mine was deep into crypto and, he was learning from a crypto millionaire and urged me to get into it. It sounded tempting, but after evaluating the risk, I decided that cryptocurrency was too new and too unpredictable for me. Even though there was a lot of hype around it, I had the willpower to say no. And looking back, I feel proud of that decision. Who knows what would have happened if, I dumped a ton of money into it. Maybe I would have gained, maybe I would have lost a lot, but the risk was too high. And I gotta say, I ain't got no regrets. Like I got none when it comes to buying crypto. I'm glad that I keep my money in the S&P 500. And that's just me. Lesson 3, the power of saying no to say yes later. So saying no isn't just about avoiding bad decisions. It's about prioritizing better ones. For example, saying no to going out means I can say yes to saving money, taking care of my mental health, or avoiding toxic influences. It's something I still struggle with, but I've learned to weigh decisions based on my values. And I actually learned this from the Tai Lopez course I bought for $69. Go ahead, here in my garage. But for real, surprisingly, I actually did learn something from it. I got a lot of value from it. And even to this day, I follow these 4 pillars of life: health, wealth, love, and happiness. If something doesn't align with either of these 4 things, I say no. If it does, I say yes. And that simple principle has helped me guide my journey through life with the things that I say no to and the things I say yes to. So I think it is important. Lesson 4, saying no to unhealthy habits. This is one of my biggest and current struggles. It's my health. As I get older, I'm 30, I realize that my body doesn't bounce back like it used to. I eat one cheeseburger and boom, like I gain all this weight. Too much sugar, boom, I feel bad. And it's like my metabolism slowing down in real time and I can see it. You know what I mean? So, learning to say no to unhealthy habits, saying no to eating entire pizza, stuffing my face full of junk food. And let me tell you, I was the guy that went Taco Tuesday to the bar with the boys to play pool. But you know what I'm saying? But whatever. I'm taking steps to get better. And even if I'm if I'm sitting down too long, right? What I like to do is I like to stretch. I like to try and get things moving. I like to just try to do little things to help me build these better habits. And the reason I'm talking about it is because I know that I still struggle with it. And it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but it is important. So my final thoughts, I just want to say at the end of the day, learning to say no is about taking control of your life. It's a skill I'm working on, but every time I, make a choice that aligns with my values, I do feel empowered. So my question is, what is one thing you need to say no to today? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please just let me know and we can have a conversation about it. All right, I'll see you in the next one.